Adrian, you're late again. I called from the living room, my voice tighter than I meant. I'm sorry, traffic was. He kissed me quickly on the cheek, brushing it off with that easy charm I used to melt for. Don't worry. I'm here now. I tried to smile. Right. You're here. Later, while he went to the kitchen for a drink, my phone buzzed. Lila. Are you sure he's the one? I rolled my eyes. She's always so dramatic. He's perfect. I don't know why you keep doubting him. Her reply came almost instantly. I just have a feeling. Something's off. I ignored it, sliding my phone back into my pocket. Off. I muttered to myself. Everything's fine. Then I saw it. His phone left carelessly on the couch. A message notification popped up. Can't wait to see you tonight, winking face. My stomach froze. I squinted. The name wasn't mine. I didn't move at first. I didn't want to see. Adrian, I said slowly when he returned. Who's? Jessica. He froze. Jessica? What are you talking about? I picked up his phone, shaking. This. Who is she? And why is she texting you like that? Hey, calm down. You're misunderstanding. His smile was too practiced, too smooth. It's nothing. Nothing. I laughed bitterly. Do you think I'm stupid? He sighed, leaning against the wall, arms crossed. I didn't think you'd see that yet. My chest felt tight, words catching in my throat. Then you've been cheating on me? No. I mean, it's complicated. Don't jump to conclusions. Complicated. I whispered, my voice breaking. Adrian, we promised honesty. Every day. He looked away. I didn't mean for you to find out this way. You didn't mean to? Or you didn't care? Tears burned my eyes. I thought we were. Listen, His hand reached for mine, but I pulled back. Don't touch me. Not after this. He frowned. Please, I can explain. Just give me a chance. No chance left. I need to think. I shoved past him, grabbing my coat. I need air. Outside, the cold hit my cheeks, but it didn't clear the numbness in my chest. I paced the sidewalk, replaying every laugh, every kiss, every whispered I love you. Was it all a lie? My phone buzzed again. Lila. I told you. Are you okay? I stared at it, trembling. No, nothing is okay. I sank onto the park bench, staring at the empty street, my mind a whirlwind. How could he do this to me? The life I thought I had, it was already crumbling, and I had no idea how to stop it. I waited in the kitchen while Adrian poured himself a glass of water. My hands trembled, gripping the edge of the counter. Can we talk? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He didn't look at me. About what? You know what? I said, sliding his phone across the counter. This. Explain it. He picked it up casually, scrolling, then smiled like nothing was wrong. I think you misread something. Misread? Adrian, it says, can't wait to see you tonight. It's not mine. He shrugged, leaning back against the fridge. It was just a joke. I was texting a coworker about a project. Nothing serious. Nothing serious? I laughed, bitter and sharp. Do you think I'm stupid? I didn't lie to you. You're overreacting, he said smoothly, eyes calm, unnervingly calm. I felt my chest tighten. Overreacting? I saw it. I saw the messages, Adrian. I'm not imagining this. You're imagining things, he said, stepping closer. You always jump to conclusions. Why do you let your mind run away like this? I stepped back. You're twisting it. You're manipulating me. How can you stand there and act like I'm crazy? I'm not manipulating. I'm trying to help you see reason, he said, voice soft, almost soothing. I love you, but you have to trust me. If you don't. If I don't what? My voice cracked, anger spilling over. If I don't let you lie to me anymore? He reached for my hand. I pulled it away sharply. Don't touch me. Not after this. How could you do this to us? It's not like that. You'll see. You're taking it too far, he said, stepping back, pretending hurt. I never wanted you to find out. You have to believe me. I ran my fingers through my hair, shaking my head. I don't know what to believe anymore. Everything you said, every promise, was it all a lie? He hesitated, then said, No, some things are true. But people make mistakes. You have to understand that. I'm human. Human. I whispered. So being with someone else while pretending to love me is human? He sighed. You're blowing this out of proportion. I care about you. I'm not perfect, but you're letting anger take over. I felt tears sting my eyes. I'm not just angry. I'm hurt. I'm betrayed. And I don't know if I can ever trust you again. He paused, studying me. Trust is hard. But I can fix this. Let me explain. Please. I don't want explanations right now. I need space, I said, grabbing my coat. I need to think. Alone. Alone. His voice rose slightly. Do you think running away solves anything? I shook my head, my heart pounding. I need to protect myself. That's all. I loved you, Adrian, but I can't stay blind. Later I called Lila, my voice trembling. I don't know what to do. I can't sleep. I keep thinking about every lie he's told. Listen to me, she said firmly. You deserve better. Leave him. Don't wait for him to change. He already showed you who he is. I can't just. I don't know if I can let go, I whispered. Then let me be your strength. You're not alone. You have to protect yourself before he hurts you more. I ended the call, staring at the dark ceiling. His words, his lies, his smooth excuses. Everything was playing in my mind, twisting reality. I felt betrayed, confused, and painfully aware that the life I thought I had might have been nothing but an illusion. I shouldn't have snooped, but I couldn't stop the nagging in my chest. I opened his laptop while he was in the shower, telling myself I was just looking for answers. What I found made my stomach twist. Adrian, I whispered, my voice trembling. His phone lay beside the keyboard. I swiped through messages. Hundreds. Names I didn't recognize, plans I wasn't supposed to see. And then the photos, him holding another woman, laughing like I didn't exist. I pressed the laptop shut, breathing heavily. My hands shook. I can't believe this. I can't. He came out, dripping wet, towel around his waist. What's wrong? His eyes narrowed when he saw my face. You know exactly what's wrong, I said, my voice rising. I found everything, Adrian. The photos, the messages, the lies. All of it. He ran a hand through his wet hair. It's not what you think. Not what I think. I laughed bitterly. Then what am I thinking, huh? That my entire relationship has been a lie. It wasn't supposed to happen like this, he said, stepping closer. You're overreacting. You don't understand the context. Context. I shouted. Every kiss, every I love you. Was that all context? You've been lying to me for years. He stopped, swallowing. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I never wanted to hurt you. You never wanted to hurt me? I repeated, voice shaking with fury. Do you hear yourself? You've destroyed everything we had. Everything I trusted. His eyes softened, but I saw the calculation behind them. I'm sorry. Truly. I can fix this, I promise. Just give me a chance. I shook my head violently. Chance? How many chances do you need to ruin me completely? I didn't plan it like this. I love you, I really do, he said, reaching for my hand. Don't touch me. I pulled away. I loved you, Adrian. I trusted you. And look where it got me. He looked stricken. You're overreacting. We can work through this. No. There's nothing to work through. I yelled, pacing. I feel sick just looking at you. I feel sick remembering every smile, every word you whispered. I want to disappear. He hesitated, then softened his voice. Please don't leave. We can fix it. No, I said firmly, my heart pounding. I can't. I won't. I grabbed my coat, my keys, my phone. I'm done pretending this can be fixed. I'm done letting you manipulate me, lying to me, betraying me. He stepped forward, desperate. Don't make this decision in anger. Please think. I've thought, I said, voice cold, shaking with rage and hurt. I've thought every second since I found out. And this ends tonight. You can't just leave. His voice cracked now, panic creeping in. I can. I will. I opened the door, feeling the weight of years of love and lies pressing on me. I'm leaving. And I'm taking back my life. Outside the night was cold, but it didn't touch me. I didn't feel it. My heart was frozen in shock and fury. Every step I took away from that apartment was a step toward freedom, toward reclaiming myself. Lila's voice rang in my mind. You deserve better. Don't look back. I didn't look back. I couldn't. The life I thought I had was over. Adrian's charm, his lies, his betrayal, they all belonged behind me now. And for the first time, I felt the sting of anger turn into something stronger, determination. I was leaving him. Not just the apartment. I was leaving the illusion, leaving the pain, leaving the life I thought I had. And I would never be the same again. I stood in the doorway, keys in hand, heart hammering. Adrian leaned against the counter, arms crossed, watching me like I was a stranger. I'm leaving, I said, voice steady but sharp. You're leaving. His eyebrows shot up, disbelief clear. After everything? Can't we talk about this? There's nothing left to talk about, I said, slinging my bag over my shoulder. I can't stay here, not another minute. He stepped closer, face pleading. We can fix this. I'll explain. No, Adrian. I don't want to hear it. Not anymore. My fingers tightened around the keys. I trusted you. You broke that trust. I trusted you with my life. He opened his mouth, but I didn't let him finish. Goodbye, Adrian. This is the last time. I walked out, feeling the door click behind me like the final punctuation of our story. The city air hit my face, cold and raw. I pulled my coat tighter, shivering, though not from the temperature. I wandered the streets, thinking of everything I had lost, and strangely, everything I was gaining. Freedom felt heavy and light all at once. Fear coiled in my stomach, grief tugged at my chest, and yet a spark of relief flickered inside me. I dialed Evelyn's number before I even realized I had my phone out. Evelyn. My voice cracked. I did it. I left him. Hey, breathe. I'm here, she said softly, calm like the world wasn't crumbling. Walk me through it. You're safe now, right? I think so. I just kept thinking, how did I let it go this far? How did I ignore the signs? I feel stupid, Evelyn. You're not stupid, she said firmly. You trusted someone you loved. People lie, people hurt, but that's not your fault. You did what you needed to do. But it hurts, I whispered, voice low, trembling. I feel lost. I don't know who I am without him. You're discovering yourself, she said. It's scary, yes. But scary is good sometimes. You're starting over, and that's powerful. I leaned against a lamppost, gripping the phone like a lifeline. I never thought it would feel like this. Empty. I keep thinking about our apartment, the little things, the laughter, the comfort. And now it's gone. Those things weren't real, not the way you imagined them, Evelyn said. You're remembering pieces, but not the lies that came with them. Focus on you. What you need. Not him. I swallowed hard, tears stinging my eyes. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to be alone. You'll learn, she said gently. Start small. One day at a time. I'll help you. Thank you, I whispered. I don't know what I'd do without you right now. You'll be okay. You're stronger than you think, she said, and I felt her words wrap around me like a shield. I hung up, staring at the empty street. Alone. Free. Terrified. And for the first time, I realized that being alone didn't have to mean being broken. Maybe it was the first step toward being whole. I stared at the stack of bills on the kitchen counter, sighing. Okay, I can do this. I just have to. The phone buzzed. Lila, how are you holding up? I hesitated, then typed back. Alive. Barely. Her reply came almost instantly. Come over. We'll order pizza. You need real food, not just cereal. I laughed softly, surprising myself. Okay. Pizza sounds good. When I got to Lila's, she was waiting with a grin. I see someone finally left the house of heartbreak. I had no choice, I muttered, sinking onto her couch. It's harder than I imagined. Every little thing reminds me of him. Good, she said bluntly. That means you're human. And now you get to rebuild. From ashes. I looked at her, biting my lip. Rebuild. I don't even know where to start. Start with yourself, she said, handing me a slice of pizza. Pick something small. Something for you, not him. Later, back at my apartment, I found a dusty guitar in the corner. I hadn't touched it in years. I strummed a chord off-key, clumsy but alive. Okay, I whispered to myself. Small steps. Small victories. The next morning Evelyn called. How's my favorite survivor? Alive, I said, laughing despite the tired lines under my eyes. Barely. But I strummed my guitar. Small step. That's perfect, she said. Celebrate it. Every tiny victory counts. You're doing this one day at a time. I smiled. Thanks, Evelyn. I didn't realize how lonely I'd been. You weren't alone. You had me. You have Lila. And you have yourself. Don't forget that. I nodded, feeling a little lighter. I guess I need to reach out to old friends too. Remember who I was before him. Yes. Exactly, she said. Reconnect. Reclaim your life. Rediscover yourself. I made a list of people to call. Old friends, cousins, anyone who reminded me of the world beyond Adrian. Each name made my chest ache and my heart flutter at the same time. I called one of my college friends, Maya. Hey, I know it's been a while, but I could use a friend right now. Of course, she said warmly. I'm here. Come over tonight. Yes, I said, relief flooding me. I'd like that. That night, laughter filled my apartment again. Not the hollow laughter I used to share with Adrian, but genuine healing sounds. I realized how much I had missed this, the connection, the freedom to be me. Lila called again, joking. Are you going to turn into a hermit? Or are you actually going to live your life? I'm living, I said, smiling. One tiny step at a time. And I knew she was right. The road ahead was long. Bills would pile, loneliness would sometimes claw at me. But for the first time in months I felt capable. Alive. Free. I whispered to myself, I can do this. I will do this. Rebuilding wasn't about forgetting. It wasn't about pretending I wasn't hurt. It was about starting over, discovering my strength, and finding joy in the little things I had ignored for too long. For the first time I realized that surviving wasn't just about getting through the day. It was about claiming it. My phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. Adrian. My stomach clenched before I even looked. I ignored it. Then again I couldn't help it. Curiosity clawed at me. I swiped it open. I messed up. Please, can we talk? I can't stop thinking about you. I'm sorry. I threw the phone onto the counter. Stop. Just stop. I whispered, voice shaking. But hours later it buzzed again. I can't lose you. I know I hurt you. Let me explain. I wanted to scream. Explain? After everything. I paced, heart pounding. I can't believe how easy it is to make me doubt myself even now. Lila's voice rang in my memory. Don't fall for it. He's a master manipulator. I sank onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. Flashbacks hit like punches. His sweet words after I confronted him. You're imagining it. You're too sensitive. The way he smiled like he owned the truth. Every apology, every charm, all calculated. My hands clenched. How did I let him do this for so long? The phone buzzed again. I almost threw it across the room. Please, just one meeting. One chance to fix us. I whispered. Fix us? You broke me, Adrian. You shattered trust, shattered everything. But then a strange ache hit me. Nostalgia? Regret? Part of me remembered the first time he held my hand, the late-night talks, the laughter. I shook my head violently. No. Not this time. Not ever. I called Lila. He's texting again. Trying to, I don't know, manipulate me. Good, she said firmly. Ignore him. Block him if you have to. Don't let him pull you back. I can't. I feel this pull. Like I want to hear him, even though I know it will hurt. That's exactly why you shouldn't. He thrives on your doubt, your longing. You already know he won't change. I took a deep breath, gripping the phone. You're right. I can't. I won't. But part of me still wants revenge. To show him that he can't control me anymore. Then focus on yourself, Lila said softly. Be better than him. Not because of him, but because of you. Rise above. I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat. I think I understand now. Forgiveness might never come. And I don't need it. But I can decide who I become. I can't let him define me. The phone buzzed again. I stared at it, finger hovering over the screen. I didn't answer. Instead, I whispered to myself, this ends with me. Not him. I choose freedom, not chaos. I choose me. The shadows of the past lingered, but I felt a spark ignite inside me. A tiny, fierce reminder that I was stronger than his manipulation, stronger than my doubts. I exhaled, finally, letting the tension slip from my shoulders. I wasn't weak. I wasn't naive. I wasn't his. And that was the first step toward reclaiming myself. I was leaving the cafe when I bumped into him. "Watch it," I muttered, glancing up. "Or what?" His voice was calm, teasing, but there was an edge to it. "You look like someone who's been wronged." I froze. "Excuse me." He smiled faintly. "Don't play innocent. Adrian, you've been burned by him, haven't you?" I blinked. How do you know?" "Call it intuition," he said, leaning against the wall. "Or call it experience. Let's just say I know things about him you probably don't. Things he's careful to hide." I felt a shiver crawl up my spine. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you look like someone who doesn't deserve the games he plays," he said. "And I think you're smart enough to use them against him." I narrowed my eyes. "Use him against me?" "No," he said quickly. "Use him. To take back your power. To make him see what he lost. Subtle, strategic, satisfying." I stared at him. "And why should I trust you?" "Because I'm offering information, not advice," he said smoothly. "Think of me as a catalyst. You want control back, don't you?" "Yes," I whispered almost too quietly. "I do." "Then the first step," he said, "is observing. Watch his patterns. Notice his weaknesses. You don't need to be cruel. You just need to be clever." I felt a spark light in my chest. Clever, power, control. Words I hadn't felt in months. And what happens when I start? When I act? "You'll feel it," he said, voice low. "The first small victory will taste sweeter than anything he's ever given you. But you'll also feel conflicted. Morality versus satisfaction. You need to decide which wins." My lip thought, "And you've done this before?" "Enough," he said, shrugging. "I know what it does. And I know it works. But it's your decision. Not mine." I exhaled slowly, staring at my hands. I don't want to be petty. But I want balance. I want to see him falter. Not ruin him, just show him he can't control me anymore. Darius nodded approvingly. "Good. That's the difference between revenge and justice. One comes from anger, the other from reclaiming yourself." I felt a strange thrill, a mixture of fear and excitement. "Where do I start?" "Observation first," he said, handing me a card. "Keep this. Call me if you need guidance. Not because I'm leading you, but because sometimes you need perspective." I pocketed it, heart racing. Perspective. Right. "Don't rush," he warned. "Small victories. Each one builds confidence. Each one reminds you that you're in charge, not him." I looked at the card again, then at him. "And if I feel guilty? Then you remember why you're doing this," he said simply. "Not for hate. Not for cruelty. For yourself. That's all that matters." I nodded, swallowing hard. "Okay. I think I can do this." "Good," he said, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "Now go. Watch. Learn. And wait for the right moments. You'll know them when they come." I left the cafe with a new sense of purpose, Darius's words echoing in my mind. Observation. Strategy. Small victories. The thought of seeing Adrian falter. It made my chest tighten. A mixture of fear and excitement swirling inside me. For the first time in months, I felt like I had control again. I waited outside Adrian's office, heart pounding. My phone buzzed, a message from Darius. "Remember, subtle, strategic. Observe first." I took a deep breath and pushed open the door. "Adrian," I said, voice steady, smiling innocently. "Mind if I come in?" He looked up surprised. Sure. What's?" "Oh, just dropping off some files you asked for," I said, sliding them onto his desk. "I thought you might want to see everything clearly." He frowned. "Thanks. I guess. Everything okay?" "Perfectly," I said, leaning against the doorframe. "I was actually talking to some people about teamwork. How easy it is to misunderstand intentions." He blinked. "Misunderstand what?" I smiled, letting the words hang. "Oh, just general office chatter. But it made me think people trust the wrong person sometimes. It's sad when lies go unnoticed. He looked nervous now. What do you mean? I shrugged, letting my tone be casual. Nothing specific. Just don't you think honesty is important in relationships? Both personal and professional. Adrian's jaw tightened. Of course. Always. Later, at a company event, I subtly dropped hints to colleagues, little truths about Adrian's past manipulations, things that made them question his motives. You never mentioned he's so strategic, one coworker said to another, eyes narrowing. I smiled politely. I just thought people should know the whole story. The thrill surged inside me as I watched them exchange glances, suspicion sparking. A tiny part of me winced at the guilt, but another part relished seeing the mask slip from Adrian's face. That evening I ran into Lila. He noticed something, didn't he? She asked knowingly. I nodded, sipping my coffee. Yes. And it feels intoxicating. Like justice, even though I didn't have to do much. Careful, she warned. Don't let this consume you. Revenge feels good at first, but it can hurt you too. I know, I said, staring into my cup. But it's not hate. I'm not destroying him. I'm showing him he can't control me. That's the difference. Over the next few days, I orchestrated subtle situations. Small mistakes he made were highlighted, his reputation questioned, and whispers followed him wherever he went. Each time I saw the tension in his smile, the unease in his eyes. Something's off, he muttered to a coworker, voice low, scanning the room for me. I pretended not to notice, sipping my latte, heart hammering. Thrill and guilt collided in my chest. Do you feel powerful? Lila asked later, laughing lightly. Terrifyingly so, I admitted. It's like I finally have control over a part of my life he tried to ruin. But it's also exhausting. Seeing him stumble, knowing I caused it, even subtly. You're learning, she said. Not just about him, but about yourself. About boundaries, strength, and influence. I nodded, reflecting on the delicate balance. I never thought justice could feel this alive. Not bitterness, not hatred. Just balance. For the first time since the betrayal, I felt the intoxicating taste of control. I wasn't defined by Adrian's lies anymore. I was shaping the narrative, revealing truth, and reclaiming my power piece by piece. And with every small victory, I realized I was capable of more than surviving. I was capable of thriving. I spotted him across the office cafeteria, shifting nervously, trying to appear composed. His usual charm was gone, replaced by something brittle and frayed. You're avoiding me, I said casually, sliding into the seat opposite him. He blinked, surprised. I don't know what you mean. Oh, come on, I said, smiling faintly. The whispers, the glances. You've noticed, haven't you? People aren't as blind as you think. He swallowed hard. What did you do? Nothing, I said, shrugging. I just let people see the truth for themselves. He laughed nervously. Truth? You can't control what they think. Maybe not, I admitted, leaning back. But I can let them know who you really are. And apparently that's enough. Over the next few days, the office atmosphere shifted. Colleagues avoided him, conversations froze when he entered a room, and whispers followed him like shadows. One coworker muttered, I can't believe he lied about everything. Another added, I thought he was trustworthy, guess not. I caught snippets, heart racing, feeling that strange mix of thrill and guilt. It's not hate, I whispered to myself. It's balance. Lila called that evening. Are you watching him crumble? I am, I admitted. But it's strange. I expected satisfaction, but I mostly feel relief. And freedom. Exactly, she said. You're not reveling in revenge. You're reclaiming your life. That's more powerful. She was right. I realized the victory wasn't about him. It was about me. Every step I took toward self-growth, every reconnection with friends, every small decision to choose myself, strengthened me more than watching him falter ever could. The next day, a mutual friend cornered him. Adrian, people are talking. You've burned bridges. You need to fix this. He looked frantic, glancing at me as if hoping I'd intervene. I smiled faintly. I'm not responsible for your choices, I murmured under my breath. Even in public, his charm failed. Invitations dwindled, colleagues hesitated to collaborate, and every attempt to appear confident backfired. He was isolated and I didn't have to lift a finger. Karma was unfolding naturally. Meanwhile, I spent evenings reconnecting with friends, laughing with Lila, and sharing dinner with Evelyn. I started a yoga class, journaling, and even joined a small book club. Each moment felt like a reclaiming of my identity, a layer of myself that had been hidden beneath years of manipulation and grief. One night, as I reflected on the past few weeks, I whispered to myself, "This is better than revenge. Watching him fall, it's temporary. But this freedom, this strength, it's permanent." I realized I was no longer defined by Adrian's lies, no longer haunted by his manipulation. I was building a life that belonged entirely to me, full of choice and authenticity. Lila's words echoed in my mind. "You're stronger than you know. And you're just getting started." I smiled, letting the warmth settle in my chest. Karma had done its work, but it was my own growth that brought the deepest satisfaction. I wasn't just surviving anymore, I was thriving. And for the first time, I felt completely untouchable by the past. I was laughing with Lila over coffee when her expression suddenly changed. "What's wrong?" I asked, frowning. She hesitated, biting her lip. "There's something I should have told you a long time ago." I froze. What is it?" "It's about Adrian," she said, her voice quiet. "Before everything happened, I knew something." I blinked. "Knew something? What do you mean?" I saw messages once. Texts between him and another woman," she admitted. "I didn't tell you. I thought you'd find out when you were ready. I didn't want to hurt you." My chest tightened. "You knew? And you kept it from me?" "I didn't want to interfere," she said quickly. "I wanted you to make your own decisions. I didn't think it would go as far as it did." I shook my head, anger bubbling up. "You were my best friend. My rock. And you kept this from me? While I was being lied to, manipulated, hurt." I know," she said, tears welling in her eyes. "I thought I was protecting you. I made a terrible mistake." "Protecting me?" I laughed bitterly. "You call silence protecting me? You let him keep hurting me because you didn't want to interfere." "It wasn't like that," she protested. I couldn't imagine how far it would go. I thought I was helping you." "Helping me?" I repeated, my voice trembling. "You betrayed me. You knew the truth and didn't tell me. That's betrayal, Lila." She nodded, wiping her eyes. "I know. And I hate myself for it. I should have been honest. I should have told you everything." I pressed my hands to my face, trying to calm the storm inside me. "I trusted you. I trusted you more than anyone. And now I don't even know if I can." "You can," she said softly. "I'm still the same person. I just made a horrible mistake. I'm begging you. Don't let this ruin what we have. I'm here. I'm not leaving you." I stared at her, torn. Part of me wanted to scream, to push her away. Another part wanted to forgive, to remember all the times she'd been there, all the support she'd given me. "Lila," I whispered, voice shaking. "I don't know if I can forgive this. But I also don't want to lose you. I need time. I need space to think." "I understand," she said immediately. "Take all the time you need. I'll be here when you're ready." "I'll wait." I nodded, feeling the weight of betrayal settle in my chest. It's not just about Adrian anymore. It's about trust. And I don't know if I can just give it freely again. "You're allowed to feel that," she said gently. "Just remember I love you. And I never wanted to hurt you." I exhaled slowly, swallowing the knot in my throat. "I know. And maybe one day I'll find a way to forgive. But right now it's complicated." She reached across the table, and I let her hand rest near mine. It wasn't reconciliation yet, but it was a start. I met Lila at our usual cafe, nerves coiling in my stomach. "Hey," I said cautiously, sliding into the seat across from her. "Hey," she replied softly, eyes downcast. "I've been waiting for this." "I needed time," I admitted. "To think, to breathe, and to understand." She nodded. "I know. I owe you more than I can say. For keeping Adrian from you, for lying, for everything." I leaned back, studying her. "You made a mistake. Huge one. But I've realized that holding on to anger isn't helping me anymore." Lila looked up, hope flickering in her eyes. "You forgive me?" "I don't know if I can fully forgive yet," I said honestly. "But I want to try." Because I don't want to lose you. Not after everything we've been through together. Tears welled in her eyes. Thank you. That means more than you know. I took a deep breath. I've changed, Lila. I can't go back to being the naive, trusting person I was. I've learned to see the truth, to protect myself, and to value people who deserve my trust. You've grown, she said, a small smile tugging at her lips. Stronger than ever. And I'm proud of you. I smiled faintly. I couldn't have done it alone. Evelyn Darius. Even the pain Adrian caused, it all shaped me. But it also showed me that I'm capable of more than I imagined. You found yourself, she said softly. And I'm glad I'm still here to witness it. To be part of your life again. I nodded. Yes. I want us to move forward with honesty. No more secrets, no more lies. Just trust, even if it's fragile. I can do that, she said, reaching across the table to touch my hand. I'll prove it every day. No more hiding. No more protection through silence. I squeezed her hand, feeling a weight lift off my chest. Good. Because I'm done being defined by others, by Adrian, by mistakes, by betrayal. I'm defining myself now. And it feels liberating. She smiled, genuine and bright. You've earned that freedom. And I'll support it every step. I know, I said. And I'll support you too. We've both made mistakes, but we can grow from them. Together, stronger. We sat in silence for a moment, the warmth of the cafe around us. I felt a sense of closure, not with Adrian, not with the past, but with myself. I've learned, I whispered, more to myself than to Lila, that life isn't about revenge or perfection. It's about resilience, trust, and reclaiming your power. Lila nodded, eyes bright. And you've done it. Look at you. You're unstoppable now. I smiled, truly smiling, feeling the years of pain and confusion finally settling into clarity. Yes, unstoppable, and ready for whatever comes next. As we left the cafe together, hand in hand, I realized something profound. I was no longer naive, no longer broken. I had risen from ruins, stronger, wiser, and free. And for the first time, the future felt like mine entirely. I sipped my coffee, sunlight streaming through the window, and let out a contented sigh. Morning, superstar, Evelyn teased, plopping down across from me. Superstar. I laughed. You really think I've earned that title yet? You've earned it and then some, she said, eyes bright. Look at you. Juggling projects, reconnecting with friends, finding your own joy. You're unstoppable. I smiled, feeling the warmth of pride bloom. I never thought I'd feel this balanced. Free. Like I can actually breathe again. Lila leaned in from the other side. See? I told you. Rebuilding yourself is more rewarding than chasing revenge. And you did it brilliantly. I nodded. Revenge was tempting at first, I'll admit. Watching him falter gave me a rush. But it was temporary. This is permanent. Evelyn grinned. And look at your work. The promotion came through, didn't it? Yes, I said, a small laugh escaping me. Finally, recognition for doing what I love without waiting for anyone else's approval. Lila smirked. Independent, confident, and fulfilled. Look at you. I leaned back, letting the moment wash over me. I never thought I'd feel whole after everything. Betrayal, lies, heartbreak. I thought I'd be bitter forever. But you're not, Evelyn said softly. You chose growth. You chose yourself. And friends who actually matter, Lila added, squeezing my hand. I'm glad I get to witness this. And be part of it. I smiled, reflecting on the journey. You know, Adrian is just a distant memory now. A cautionary tale. I don't feel anger anymore. Just lessons. And strength I never knew I had. You've transformed, Evelyn said. Not just emotionally, but in every aspect. Your independence shines. I chuckled softly. I spent so long being defined by someone else's lies. And now it's all mine. My choices, my life, my happiness. Lila nodded, eyes glinting. You've built something no one can take away. Not him, not anyone. You. I looked out the window, letting the sunlight kiss my face. It's bittersweet, I admitted. I lost a lot along the way. But I gained so much more. Self-respect, clarity, resilience. And finally, peace. Evelyn raised her cup. To new beginnings, then. I clinked my cup against hers. To growth, freedom, and the life I'm choosing every day. Lila smiled, squeezing my hand again. And to us always. Friends who survived everything together. I laughed softly, feeling the weight of the past finally lift. Yes. To us. And to every day we get to wake up knowing we're stronger than yesterday. The sun rose higher, warming my skin, filling the room with light. For the first time in a long while I felt fully alive. Independent. Empowered. Whole. And I knew no one, not betrayal, not lies, not Adrian, could ever take that away. I was walking through the park when I noticed him. A stranger sitting on the bench, sketchbook in hand, completely absorbed in his art. "Hi," I said softly, unsure why I felt compelled to speak. He looked up, smiling warmly. "Hello. Beautiful day, isn't it?" I nodded, glancing at the sketches. "They're amazing. You draw people. Mostly emotions," he said, eyes bright. "Capturing what you can't always say." I smiled, feeling a strange calm. "I like that. I've learned that some things are better felt than spoken." He tilted his head, curious. "Have you?" "Yes," I admitted. "Life taught me a lot about that. About trust, resilience, and what really matters." He laughed lightly. "Sounds like you've been through some stories worth telling." "I have," I said softly. "And I've survived them. That's what counts." We sat together in silence for a moment, letting the wind carry our thoughts. I felt a warmth I hadn't experienced in years, gentle, genuine, free from past shadows. "I'm Mara," I said finally. "Ethan," he replied, offering his hand. We shook, and I realized the weight of the past had lifted, leaving room for something new. "You seem different," he said, curious. "Confident, grounded. Like you've found your path." "I have," I said, feeling it in my bones. "It took heartbreak, betrayal, and a lot of mistakes. But I'm finally me." He smiled. "That's rare. Most people spend their lives trying to escape the past." "I learned that the past only has power if you let it," I said. "I used to define myself by others' lies. Now I define myself by my choices." "That's inspiring," he said. "It's hard to meet someone who's whole." I laughed softly. "I'm still growing, but I'm not afraid anymore. Not of love, not of trust, and certainly not of what I've survived." Ethan's eyes sparkled. "Then maybe the future is something we can explore together, step by step." "I'd like that," I said, heart lifting. "Someone who sees me, really sees me, and not the shadows behind me." He smiled again. "Then we start with the first step, coffee?" I nodded, feeling a flutter of hope. Coffee sounds perfect. As we walked toward the nearby cafe, I thought of Adrian, of betrayal, of all the lessons I'd endured. None of it had been wasted. I had grown stronger, wiser, and resilient. And now, for the first time, I realized my destiny wasn't defined by anyone else. Not Adrian, not mistakes, not past heartbreak. It was mine. Untouched. I took a deep breath, letting the sunlight warm my face, and whispered to myself, "I am ready. Ready to trust. Ready to love. Ready to live." And with that I stepped forward, leaving shadows behind and embracing a life that no one, not even Adrian, could ever touch.